Kyrie Irving is a player who's had a tumultuous journey in the NBA, from winning a championship with LeBron James in Cleveland to then finding his way to Boston. And when that didn't work out, he found his way in Brooklyn. We all know what happened in Brooklyn. He got sent to Dallas as a form of punishment. But fast forward a year after the Dallas Mavericks acquired Kyrie Irving, we were only 3 wins away from winning an NBA title. But today, Kyrie Irving recants his time in Boston and reveals that it was kind of like a cult-like experience, and that kind of aided to the reason why it didn't work out. As well as Grant Williams also had his own feelings about the Boston Celtics. And so in this video, we're going to break down those quotes, see what's going on with Boston and why Kyrie didn't work out with Boston, but more so why it works in Dallas. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavericks Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, if you guys could just drop a like on this video, I'm trying to get to 600 likes. If we could get to 600 likes, I'd appreciate it greatly. I know you guys can do it. But like I said in the intro, Kyrie Irving, he's been on a crazy journey in his NBA career. He saw a lot of early success in Cleveland, playing alongside LeBron James, going to multiple finals where he did win an NBA title, all the while being down 1-3 to the Golden State Warriors, making a historic comeback. And if he can do it once, I believe that he can do it again. We are a great team. The Dallas Mavericks are led by Kyrie, Luka Doncic. I mean, we got Derrick Lively shooting threes. If you did it once, why not do it again? And again, why not us? But when things didn't work out in Cleveland, he found his way in Boston, where I'm guessing he really didn't want to be in Boston. As the reports show, Kyrie Irving explained struggles with Celtics cult after trade from the Cavaliers. The article continues, saying Kyrie Irving says he never wanted to join the Boston Celtics in 2017. But he wishes he would have done a better job of integrating himself into the franchise's culture once his trade from Cleveland Cavaliers happened. He said, I think that's what I struggled with initially, was figuring out how I'm going to be a great player here while winning championships and also leading a team and selfishly joining the Celtics organization or the cult that they have here, Irving said Sunday. That's what they expect you to do as a player. They expect you to seamlessly buy into the into the Celtics pride, buy into everything Celtics. If you don't, you're going to be outed. I'm one of the people who is on the outs. I did it to myself. They don't welcome me with a warm embrace. Now, with that quote, I think Kyrie Irving doesn't use the word cult harshly. I don't think he's trying to just diss the Boston Celtics. I think Kyrie's done a lot of growth since his time in Boston. However, as Mavs fans, we know that MFFL is also seen as a cult. To those that don't know, is just being very strongly, feeling strongly about your team, right? Just being a fanatic. And it's fair to say that a team like the Boston Celtics, who is a very historical team with many championships, yeah, the organization, the people, the fans, everybody finds it to be like a cult-like experience when you are a Boston fan. You're Boston everything. And maybe, just maybe, when Kyrie Irving got traded from Cleveland to Boston, he wasn't really feeling that cult-like feeling. Like, I just got here, I just want to play basketball, I want to be integrated selflessly into the team. I'm not really there with all the rah-rah about Boston. And maybe that's why things didn't work out. And Kyrie Irving said as well, when you don't really buy in wholeheartedly into the Boston Celtics everything, you get kind of outed. And Kyrie Irving, he's a player that has matured a lot since then. We saw him in Brooklyn go through just the ringer, going through everything from the pandemic to things that he was posting online to having to do a whole lot of stuff off the court. And even though he was playing great basketball, winning basketball, there was a lot of controversy around Kyrie Irving. And I think that what we've seen in the year that we've had Kyrie is just a lot of growth. I think being with Luka, being in Dallas, we're not a media mecca. You don't have the media flocking to Dallas to try to get the scoop on everybody. That's allowed Kyrie Irving to just relax, play basketball, and we know that he loves the organization. His love for Dallas and how he feels about this team is never in question. We don't have to check him every time, like, hey, you like Dallas? No, we believe it. I believe that Kyrie Irving has found his forever home in Dallas. I really do believe he will finish his career here. But while in Boston, he does say that things just weren't what he thought it was. He also says, while his use of the word cult will undoubtedly rankle some fans, Irving's tone seems to be one of regret with how he handled the situation. He said he wished he would have taken time to speak with past Celtics to learn about the franchise's culture and that he had the maturity to listen, rather than believing he had all the answers. He says, looking back, I would have showed my respect and had a counsel around me from some of the Boston Celtics that came before me to explain what the pressure's like to play in Boston. And that right there just kind of proves it. He just wasn't really all the way there. He wasn't mature enough to understand what it meant to be a Boston Celtic. And I'm a Mavs fan. This is Mavericks Digest. I have no idea what that means to be a Boston Celtic. But obviously his time in Boston, he thought he knew the answers. He thought, I just won in Cleveland. I played with LeBron James. I've been to multiple finals. You guys haven't. Let me come in and lead the way. Let me show you how it's done. instead of just buying into the culture like he did in Dallas, buying into what the team is doing like he did in Dallas. All the things that he's doing right now in this year, the reason why we're in the finals, which is in part to everybody is part of our success. But if we're being honest with ourselves, Kyrie Irving also plays a big part into this team making to the finals. And that has to attribute to the time that he had in Boston, reflecting on the mistakes that he made, reflecting on the time that he had there and what worked and what didn't work, and taking that into the next franchise. And even though Brooklyn really wasn't the answer, but taking all that he learned at Dallas and showing us that winning culture, that winning mentality really does show. As what, last year we missed the playoffs, this year we're in the finals. That's a huge turnaround. And we've been through many roster changes. But the one constant thing that has been here over the last year is Kyrie Irving's commitment to basketball. When he re-signed with the team, heck, even when we traded for Kyrie Irving, a lot of Mavericks fans weren't buying it. They were listening to the mainstream media talking about how he's a cancer, he's a problem, you're going to regret it. And what did Kyrie Irving do? Blocked out the noise, played basketball, bought into what we were doing, believed in us, we believed in him. And again, we're 3 wins away from winning another NBA title. And as long as Kyrie Irving is focused, as long as he's locked in, I believe that he can help us do it. Obviously, Luka Doncic is going to do what Luka Doncic does. He's shown us that there is no stage too big for Luka. The lights would never be too bright for Luka. He is going to do whatever he's got to do. Even if he's on one leg, he's got no back, he's got 2 ribs, he's got half an ankle. Luka Doncic is going to do what Luka Doncic does. However, Luka does need Kyrie, just like Luka does need the rest of this team to show up and do what they need to do. And as we saw in the playoffs, in the first 2 games, really, Kyrie wasn't really there. Those first 2 games in Boston really did something to him. I don't know if he psyched himself out. A lot of the guys said that they thought that the noise would be a little bit louder in the TD Garden, that the fans would be more rowdy. So maybe Kyrie Irving, as well as a few other players, psyched themselves out when they were playing in Boston. And I just hope that in Game 5, as we go back to Boston, we can put all that to the side. As when we beat the Boston Celtics in Game 4, that was Kyrie Irving's first win against Boston since he left the team. Maybe that's Kyrie Irving getting over the hump. Maybe winning in Game 5 in Boston will help Kyrie Irving get over that hump, get over that mental block, kind of like how Luka had with the Clippers, right? Kyrie helped Luka get past the Clippers. Now we got to help Kyrie get past the Boston Celtics so we can claim that NBA championship trophy. Because I want a parade in Dallas. I heard from sources that I deem credible. Apparently, they already have a parade planned out in Boston. They already got it scheduled. They're getting it all together. They truly believe that it's over. But I don't believe it's over. I don't believe it's over until it's over. If anyone's going to do it, why not us? But Kyrie Irving isn't the only person that had some mixed feelings about his time in Boston. Grant Williams says it sucked not getting a tribute video from the Celtics, saying it definitely sucked because it would have been cool to see the highlights and the highs that we had together throughout the team. And so maybe that aids into what Kyrie Irving's saying, that if you're not really bought into the cult that is the Boston Celtics, if you're not buying into the culture, if you're not bleeding green, you get outed. As Grant Williams spent time with the Boston Celtics, he was a contributing factor. He was a good role player for the Boston Celtics team. Helped that team make deep playoff runs. He was a role player. He stepped up in big moments, played great defense. He could definitely score the ball. And as you know, as maybe some of you don't know, Kyrie Irving actually helped facilitate the trade for Grant Williams to come to the Dallas Mavericks. He spoke to Nico Harrison saying, hey, Grant Williams, I think he's someone that we should go to. Maybe he can fit this team better. Nico listened. We got Grant. And even though we traded Grant Williams at the trade deadline, and even though I truly believe that the trade was necessary for us to make it this far, Grant Williams was a positive for this team when we got him. Maybe not towards the end. Maybe it just didn't work out, and that's fine. I don't think Grant Williams is a bad player. Certain players fit different schemes and systems better. But for Grant Williams to not get a tribute video, regardless he was there for a year or two, but for him to not get a tribute video and feeling this type of way, knowing that he wasn't just some end of the bench guy, he was somebody that was in the rotation. He was helping that team win games. Again, if you're not part of the culture, if you're not buying into what the Boston Celtics want, like Kyrie said, if you're one of those guys, you're going to get outed. And Kyrie Irving felt like he was outed, and maybe Grant Williams does too. But we don't got time to think like that. We don't got time to think about Boston as far as what players are doing there and how do they feel about it. Because the only thing that we need to think about is Game 5. We are down 1-3 to the Boston Celtics. And though we are down, we are not out. Anything's possible. I mean, no team has ever came back being down 0-3. But like I've been saying, why not us? Why not Luka? Why not Kyrie? Why not Jason Kidd? Why not the whole Dallas Mavericks? We have all the tools needed to win at least one game like we did in Game 4. Do it again in Game 5. 6 and 7 on the way. I want to parade in Dallas. I don't know about you guys. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another free giveaway. The winner will be announced next month. Probably do some Dallas merch. If we win, it'll be some championship swag. And if we don't, we'll still do some Dallas merch as well. But until next time, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And remember, drink water.